When I signed the lease, I didn't ask about the locked room. It was a good deal. 3 bedrooms, cheap rent, quiet neighborhood. Too good, really. The landlord mentioned that the 3rd room was off limits. Storage, he said. Old furniture. Some stuff from the previous owner. I didn't care. I needed a place. Fast. Divorce had drained my savings and my patience, so I moved in. Just me. And the door I wasn't allowed to open. It was at the end of the hall. White. Plain. Locked from the outside, with a heavy brass latch. Didn't match the rest of the house. Newer paint. No number or label. Just a door that wasn't meant to be touched. The first week I barely noticed it. Work kept me out late. I used 1 bedroom for sleeping, the other for storage. The 3rd stayed shut, out of sight, out of mind. Until the first night I heard it. A sound, software muffled, like a mobile turning, faint music. Spinning lullaby tones coming from inside the locked room. I sat up in bed, listened. Silence. The next night, it came back. Same time, around 3:17 a.m. Delicate, familiar, like something meant to soothe a baby. I got up, walked down the hall. The door was still locked. I pressed my ear against it. Nothing, no sound, no vibration, just wood. I told myself I imagined it. Maybe pipes, maybe air pressure. Old houses make noises, but then, the 3rd night, there was laughter, childlike, short, like a baby giggling once sharply, then silence. I didn't sleep. Next morning, I texted the landlord. "Hey, quick question. That back room, you said it's just storage?" He replied 10 minutes later. "Yes, do not try to open it." That was it. No smiley, no explanation. Just don't. I told myself it wasn't worth it, but the sounds continued. Not every night, but often enough. Soft lullabies, tiny knocks, and once, what sounded like a wooden crib creaking slowly, back and forth. I started sleeping with the light on, kept a chair against my door, just in case. One afternoon I came home early from work. The hallway smelled different, like baby powder, light, sweet, unmistakable. I walked past the locked door and stopped. There were fingerprints on the wall, small, smudged, too low for an adult, too wide for a cat. I stared for a long time, then wiped them away. That night I dreamt I was in the room. It was a nursery, white walls, toys scattered, and in the corner, a small wooden cradle. The mobile spun above it, even though no air moved. I walked toward it, but the cradle was empty. And as I leaned closer, I saw something crawl out from underneath it. Something small, pale, crawling on all 4s but too fast. And it had no face. I woke up gasping. The house was silent. In the morning, I did something I shouldn't have. I checked the door, still locked, but the latch was warm, like someone had just touched it. I went to work and couldn't focus all day. That evening, I bought a small camera, one of these motion-activated ones. Didn't tell anyone. I set it up in the hallway, pointed it straight at the door, just to see, just to prove to myself it was nothing. I went to bed around midnight. At 3:14 a.m., I woke up. No sound, no movement. I checked my phone. The camera app showed a trigger, motion detected at 3:11. I opened the clip and saw the door. Still locked, but the mobile was spinning behind it. Even though the door was closed, you could see the reflection in the knob. Tiny movement, a flickering shadow, and then something else. From the edge of the door, just below the latch, a small hand reached out, thin, pale, wrinkled like porcelain. It pressed against the frame for a moment, then vanished. I didn't go back to sleep. I just sat in bed, watching the clip over and over. the way the hand moved. It wasn't reaching for anything. It was feeling the outside, exploring, like it was testing where the world ended. The next day, I left work early. I stood in front of the door for a long time, trying to decide what to do. I even knocked. Softly. Nothing. No sound. No laughter. No music. I pressed my palm to the wood. Still warm. I almost unlocked it. Almost. But I didn't. Instead, I pulled the footage and showed it to a friend, someone who's into weird stuff. She watched the video in silence, then asked, "You said it was a baby's hand?" "Yeah." She looked at the screen again, paused it, zoomed. "Then why does it have 6 fingers?" That night, I heard breathing. Not mine, not steady, not normal. It came from the hallway, right behind the door, slow and wet. I turned on every light in the house, slept on the couch, didn't check the hallway again. The next few days were quiet. Too quiet. No sounds, no movement. Even the camera didn't trigger. I started to relax. Maybe it was over. Maybe I'd imagined more than I thought. Then one night, I woke up to crying. Software muffled. A baby. Desperate. Alone. I opened the camera app. Nothing. No motion detected. I crept down the hall. The crying got louder, but the camera didn't pick up anything. I stood in front of the door. It was shaking. Not violently, just lightly, as if something inside was rocking itself back and forth. The brass latch clicked once, just once. I ran back to my room, locked my own door, turned off my phone, didn't move until the sun came up. That morning, I called the landlord again, left a voicemail. "I need to know what's in that room. Please. I think there's something inside." He didn't call back, so I went online, searched the address, the property, local news archives. It took hours, but I found something, 10 years ago. Child Services removed a boy from this house. Neglect. No charges filed. The parents vanished, never found. But the report mentioned something strange. The child claimed he had a twin who lived in the wall. One who never aged. One who wasn't supposed to speak. That night, the crying returned. I didn't get up, but I could hear it. From the walls. Not just the door. The sound moved, crawled, like it was looking for a way in or out. The camera picked up nothing. No movement, no sound. I sat in bed, frozen, and then a knock. Not at the door. From inside my closet. I didn't move, didn't breathe. The knock came again. 3 short taps, then a voice. Faint, like a whisper inside my skull. "You opened it," but I didn't. I never opened that door. The next morning I checked the latch. Still closed, still locked. But on the inside of my bedroom door were tiny handprints, smudged in something gray, and above them, scratched into the wood. Let me out again. I moved out that afternoon, didn't pack everything, didn't care. The landlord never returned my calls. The listing disappeared a week later. Sometimes, late at night, I still hear it. A baby crying, a mobile spinning, a faint tap, tap, tap from inside the closet, or the walls, or beneath the bed.